Discovered on Australian Idol, this girl from Queensland has become one of Australia's top singers. She's now released 2 albums and had 2 hit singles.
But while she may be flying solo with her music career and her personal life, she's just tied the knot with her partner Jamie. How's she coping with that whole big thing, the music success, the marriage, and is she lazy or not? Let's ask her. Ricky Lee joins us now on the couch. Good morning to you.
How are you guys?
Hey, congratulations. Great to see you glowing there on the couch. What a successful year.
Yeah, it's been crazy. I was just thinking the other day that it feels like 2007 has just disappeared, but I looked back at photos from January and it feels like it was forever ago, and I've been away for most of the year, and I kind of feel sorry for my new husband. He kind of doesn't get to see me anymore these days, but it's all good.
It's all good. You've got 2 hit singles out?
Yeah.
How's that feel? How's it feeling for you?
It's a really amazing feeling. You know, you work so hard and put so much into making an album and trying to make good music, and when a song comes out like Can't Touch It and it comes in at number 2, and then Love Is All Around Us coming at number 5, it's that satisfaction that people are loving your music as much as you do and appreciating your work, and that's the satisfaction for me. That's the reason I do it. I love, you know, getting my music out there and people enjoying it, and yeah.
Now, you spent some time offshore with the new album. You're in London, New York, LA, and then we get the goods back here. We get the spoils of your work back here.
Yeah.
Any thoughts of cracking it overseas? Is there a focus there?
Oh, look, I think Australia is definitely going to be the priority and always will be. It's home. But there is stuff happening. You know, I went overseas for 2.5 months, met a lot of amazing people, and that's opened up a lot of doors and opportunities. And, you know, not just as an artist, you know, there's stuff in the pipelines for, you know, the UK and Europe and also Asia. But also as a singer-songwriter. A lot of my songs, well, there's 2 or 3 songs that have been picked up overseas by international artists. So that's a great honour that somebody wants to use one of your songs. So yeah, that's, you know, very exciting for me, and that's something I definitely want to keep up with.
When you left the Young Divas, how scary was that? Were you worried that you may not make it on your own?
Yeah, it is really scary, and when you're a part of something that is so successful and so big, it does scare you, and I think more so because people were kind of forgetting that we were solo artists before, because this was so big and it blew up, and yeah, it was hard. It was a really hard decision for me to make, but I kind of didn't really have a choice. I'm with a different record label, and I have a contract that, you know, says I have to get an album out every 2 years, which is great for me. But yeah, it was a very hard decision, but like I said before, I love writing songs, I love making music, and that's what I get to do.
We're fortunate enough to get to a lot of musical stars on the couch. You say that, you know, from 3 years old, from 4 years old, 5 years old, wanted to be a big music star, but you actually didn't start like that. You wanted to be a netball hero.
Well, I was a bit of an overachiever. I wanted to be everything, but I did. I wanted to play netball for Australia, and that's kind of where I was heading. I was playing for Queensland, you know, for years, you know, when I was in high school, and, you know, I was playing kind of 2 years ahead of myself. And yeah, just before the Australian trials, I did my knee. And look, I look at everything as it was meant to be. I was meant to hurt my knee. I wasn't meant to go on and play netball, because I was meant to be a singer.
You would have been popular at the karaoke nights for the Netball Championship fundraiser, I reckon.
Yeah, and on the bus. On the bus, yes. I was like,
it's all over. The girls do like to party. Did you watch them win just recently? Is it still something that you're really interested in?
Well, I have trouble watching a netball game. Because
you're not taking part?
Yeah, and because it's so close. Like, yeah, it's like someone you get so close to something, and it really is hard for me to watch a game of netball without going, and you should see, it's so funny when I watch netball. I'm like coaching them from home, from the lounge room, going,
yelling at the TV. Now, you married long-term partner Jamie September. We already touched on that. It must be hard, right? Because you are travelling a lot, and I think we're talking in the commercial break, 90% of your time away this year.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I looked at it like, you know, I spent a month and a half here in Australia writing, Sydney and Melbourne, then went overseas for 2.5 months, and then came back and spent 3 months recording and producing the album. And, you know, then on the road for the promo for the singles and the album, and just gigs in general. And yeah, about 90% of the time I'm away, and it does get really hard.
Where was that?
That was the Maldives. That's my honeymoon.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Now you're going to be back a little later, aren't you?
Oh, that's the last time you saw him.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, you're going to be back a little later to sing a song from your
Definitely,
album.
yeah.
What song do you have for
We're
us?
doing the new single "Love Is All Around."
Fantastic.
Great.
Can't wait.
Looking
It's not
forward
too far
to it.
away.
Thanks so much.
All right, good to see you again.
Okay.